This symposium marks the focus project designed by the book, Chinese Ritual Objects and the Sanli II, conceived by my colleague Francois Louis. Focus projects are exhibitions and associated publications that are developed by Bard Graduate Center faculty members from their own research and teaching. And the idea is that faculty can thereby develop the capacity to explore research questions in a mode that is usually previously unfamiliar to them as practitioners, that is, as a research exhibition, at the same time involving their graduate students in substantive ways. Such faculty curators have the support of a full professional team of gallery staff, led by Gallery Director Nina Stritzler-Levine and Associate Gallery Director Marianne LaMonica, with, on this occasion, Associate Curator Caroline Hanna. The exhibition is accompanied by a splendid book authored by Francois Louis that was produced under the leadership of Director of Publishing Daniel Lee. And Jesse Morandi, Director of the Digital Media Lab, led the production of the digital elements of the project. And the symposium is the responsibility of the Degree Programs and Research Institute component of Bard Graduate Center. And I want to thank Laura Minsky, Assistant Director for Research Programs, who is right there. And most especially, I want to thank her. For her irreplaceable leadership, the Dean for Academic Administration, Student and Alumni Affairs, Eleanor Pinto-Simon, without whose dedication this institution stands to be severely diminished. The structure of the day is quite straightforward. In just a moment, I'm going to hand the chair to Francois Louis, who will introduce the discussions and the subsequent speakers. So I get out of having any further responsibilities. I'm personally greatly looking forward to learning about Chinese ritual imagery in the hope, on my own part at least, that Confucian will supersede confusion. In particular, I really hope to learn, I'm sure you've heard that before, but I did come up with it myself. I hope to learn just how the transmission of authoritative tradition by visual representation in China differs from other long-sustained traditions used to impart ritually significant information in visual form. And those of, for instance, Aboriginal Australia. That's a comparison that interests me, which might sound a little unlikely and a little odd, but let me remind you that one of the principal values of Bard Graduate Center is that it empowers the oblique gaze, the unexpected connection. The focus project that immediately preceded this one, Sean Rowlands' Frontier Shores, brought forms of representation in Oceania and Australia to our attention, so now one can hardly avoid the opportunity to compare them with what occurred in China. Now, let me introduce our project mastermind, the true host of the day, Francois Louis. Francois has MA and PhD degrees from the University of Zurich. And although he's been at home in New York and New Jersey for many years, he is probably even more so, not in his native Switzerland, but in Han, China. He's published on such topics as Chinese antiquarianism, Goldsmith's work, and my favorite, intoxicating rarities, by which he means early drinking vessels. That's for later. I'm sure Francois is going to make sure that we leave today's gathering suitably intoxicated. So it's with great pleasure that I cede the podium to Francois Louis.